gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Areli, and I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. I'm gonna say 12 years now. 12 years ago, even though I know it started way before that. So ever since that happened, my life completely changed, and I went from being a strong person to a person who was very weak. I went from being a woman who could work to a woman who could not work. And it was very difficult, very difficult. But thanks to my God's help, thanks to my God's mercy, here I am, standing, well, not standing, but sitting in front of you, telling you my story. And hopefully I can inspire you to, if you have myasthenia gravis, hopefully I can inspire you to not give up. This too shall pass. It's a verse from the Bible that has given me so much hope. This too shall pass. So welcome to my channel. And the last video I posted was like, what? November, December, about 2 months ago. About 2 months ago. So the first thing, I want to wish you, all of you, a happy new year. Hopefully, in the things you couldn't do last year, hopefully, and you can accomplish them this year. And I know I haven't been constant. It's a little difficult for me to be constant, but it's something I will try to do this year. I will try to upload at least 2 videos per month. I hope so. God give me strength. And I want to share with you my goals. As a woman who has myasthenia gravis, I want to juice more, because it is very important to use if you have myasthenia gravis or any other kind of illness, because juicing has healing powers. So that's something I want to try to do. Be more constant. I also want to eat more veggies. You know that saying that says you are what you eat. So I want to be a veggie. I want to be a vegetable. And I already started with my goals, which include juicing, exercise. I've been exercising a little bit more. You know, before I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, I used to jump rope. I used to skip 1,000 non-stop skips, 1,000 skips, and 1,000 skips. You know, I have slur speech, and something that I would love to get rid of the slur speech. So I need to watch what I eat. I need to use more, like I said. I need to try to exercise more, and those are my goals. And I will take my first break. I'll be back. Now, my personal goals, well, those are my personal goals, but in regards with, you know, more with myasthenia gravis, my personal goals, I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better wife. I want to love my husband more. I want to love my God more. That's the most important thing. I am a Christian, and I want to be thankful. I want to be thankful, even though sometimes life is very hard. I want to be thankful in the midst of everything, in the midst of my situation, in the midst of my tears, in the midst of my struggles. I want to be thankful to God, because He is the only reason why I am still alive. I want to read my Bible. You know, you got to read your Bible. If you are a Christian, you need to pray, you need to read your Bible. And that's what I want to do this year. And as you can see, I have slur speech. But I will continue. I just need to take breaks and then continue talking, continue speaking. So I have mentioned several times that I have a wheelchair. at the beginning of the year, I had to use my chair like the previous years. And towards the end of the year, I didn't need to use my wheelchair as much. And I'm very thankful to God. I'm very thankful to God because He has given me the strength and the motivation to not give up. Because if you don't have motivation, then you don't have anything. You need to be motivated by something or someone. In my case, I'm motivated by my God, by my son, and my husband. So I want to share with you the first time I had to use a wheelchair, which was very difficult. So it was such a special moment for the whole family, my whole family. It was my brother's graduation. I already mentioned that I have 4 brothers. 3 of them live here in California, and the other one lives in Washington State. But since it was such a special moment, my brother, wife, and baby daughter flew from Washington to Cali for my brother's graduation. Now, it was a triumph, not only for my brother, but for the rest of the family. And I was very, very excited. I was filled with joy, but also I was filled with fear and doubt because I was very weak. And my family and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get from the parking lot to where the ceremony was going to be held. So my brother's friend got me a wheelchair. And I remember waking up so early, getting ready, and I couldn't even focus because I was just thinking that I was going to use a wheelchair for the first time. So we got to the parking lot, and my brother was parked next to us, gets out of his car, so excited, with a smile from ear to ear. Areli, I got you a wheelchair. And I remember thinking, how can he be so happy? I need to use a wheelchair. For me, using a wheelchair was only a memorandum of all the things I couldn't do, of all the things Myasthenia Gravis had taken away from me. Myasthenia Gravis had taken my might. Myasthenia Gravis had taken my courage. Myasthenia Gravis had taken my motivation. Myasthenia Gravis had taken my self-esteem. Myasthenia Gravis had taken so many things. But he was so happy. But he was so happy because I was going to be able to see him walk down the stage. But he was so happy because I was going to be there, I was going to be there. I was going to be part of this special moment. And I remember telling my brother, I don't want to use a wheelchair. I don't want to use a wheelchair. And my other brother, because I have 4 brothers, Nestor, said, Adeli, if you don't want to use a wheelchair, I'll use it. I'm too tired to walk, so I'll use it. But I needed to use a wheelchair because that was the only way I could get to the ceremony. And since it's one of those wheelchairs that you need someone to push you because it doesn't have the big wheels on the sides. Yes? Yes. And I will take my 2nd or 3rd break. My son was calling me. He's taking a shower. So as you can see, I rested my voice and it's much understandable. Okay? And so my brother Nestor, he's the one who took the challenge. So he's the one who pushed me. And my brother graduated from Cal Poly. If you're familiar with Cal Poly, then you know it's a very uneven terrain, up and down hills, and impossible for me. And I remember when we got to the ceremony, to where the ceremony was going to be held, He was so sweaty. He was so sweaty, and I was just like, it's my fault. It's my fault. And I remember he said, Adelie, don't worry about it. This is my workout. This is my workout. I just got my workout done, so please do not worry about it. And I have mentioned so many times that it's so important to surround yourself with people that love you and care for you. Love you and care for you. Love you unconditionally. People that love you unconditionally. People that see beyond your droopy eyelids, your stiffened face, your moodiness. People that lift you up. Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. So so that was the first day of my long journey, Adelie and her wheelchair. And I would get so embarrassed. Every time we had to go out and I knew that I needed my wheelchair. I would get so embarrassed of people looking at me. So I would always wear my shades, because my sunglasses, because of my droopy eyelids, and I was just so embarrassed of people looking at me on a wheelchair. Now it's like I ask myself and tell myself, Adelie, why were you embarrassed? Why were you embarrassed? Your body was weak. You were so fragile. You needed a wheelchair. That was the process of a person who has myasthenia gravis. That was my process. And now I can tell you that if you are someone who needs a wheelchair, don't get embarrassed. There's something my husband would tell me all the time. Adelie, they're just people. They don't even know you. They don't know your name. They know nothing about you. They're just people, just like you and me. Don't feel embarrassed. I think you're beautiful. And I didn't feel beautiful. So I hated taking pictures, and I remember for my brother's graduation, everybody wanted to take pictures, and I hated taking pictures because, I felt so ugly. I didn't feel pretty because my self-esteem I didn't have a good self-esteem. My soul, because of my myasthenia gravis and all the changes that I had gone through, my soul had shattered to a million pieces. I felt so unattractive, and I just hated taking pictures. Now, I'm not embarrassed of looking at those pictures, because, and now I'm not embarrassed to show those pictures or to look at those pictures, because when I see them, I see an Adelie who was so torn. I see an Adelie who was so, I don't know, an Adelie who was so fragile. An Adelie because I see an Adelie who needed healing. I see an Adelie who needed healing. And now, I still need healing. But God has been so good to me. God has been so good to me. And, He's my friend. When I feel so low, when I feel so stressed and depressed, because I still go through depression, it's inevitable not to compare myself to how I used to be before. And I tell my husband, I hate slur speech. I hate it. And I ask my husband, do you think one day I'll be able to drive again? And he says, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. So yeah, sometimes I still get depressed and I still cry. Yes, I still cry. And about 2 weeks ago, I was feeling so low and so depressed and so overwhelmed, and I was trying and ask God, God, as my friend, I want to ask you, what's your purpose in my life? What's my purpose in life? What's my purpose in life? There's a verse from the Bible that says that to those who love God, every single situation helps them for the good. And I couldn't understand how being diagnosed with myasthenia gravis and having so many obstacles and so many barriers, how could this help me to be a better person? Um, so I was praying. And God reminded me how good He has been to me. God reminded me that even though my days, even though I have gloomy days, God has been there with me. God has been my strength, like I said. God has been my rescue. God has been my shelter. God has been my peace. He's the one who's been slowly but surely healing my soul. And if I'm able to inspire you to not give up, if I'm able to encourage you to keep on fighting, then that's something good. I'll take that. I'll take that. And there's this verse from the Bible that I love, and it fills my heart and gives me so much comfort. And when I said, "My foot is slipping, your love, O Lord, supported me." So even though I'm very weak, so even though I was very weak, because I'm not as weak as I used to be, um, like I already said, I'm exercising again, I'm jumping my rope again. I still have slur speech and see double, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, and it's all thanks to my Lord. If I tell you, oh no, it's this. If I were to tell you, I'm recovering because I'm eating more veggies. I'm recovering because I'm juicing. I'm recovering because I'm being more positive. I would be lying to you. The reason why I'm recovering is all thanks to my God, who has been so, so good to me. And I want to cry. I truly want to cry. Because God has been so good to me. So thank you for watching. And like I said, if you have myasthenia gravis, I want to encourage you to not give up. Okay? Not give up. If you know someone who has myasthenia gravis, try to encourage them. Okay? And thank you for watching, and God bless you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.